Hey guys, Brian with HappyThumbsGaming here. We finally got our hands on the LEGO Movie 2 video game. That's right, this happens to be level 1, Apocalypseburg. We want to give a shout out to Warner Brothers for hooking us up with a copy of this game. We get a handful of trophy achievements that we will address as we get to them. And although some of this might look familiar, I promise it's going to be different. So let's go ahead and jump into a cutscene, and we'll see you on the other side.
We're here to destroy you. Huh?
We lost hope that things would ever be good again. We scavenged what we could, while we defended what remained. We call it Apocalypseburg, and it is a heckish place to live. Show weakness, and you'll be eaten alive. This new life has toughened us all. Well, toughened most of us. Emmett wasn't about to let the near total destruction of the city ruin his morning routine. After his usual coffee,
He decided to come looking for me.
All right. We go ahead and start off by controlling Emmett. That's right, and we gotta go find some of our friends. Now, you've probably seen the B-roll footage that Warner Brothers provided us early access of, and this is going to be different. As you can see, it's the same area, but it's a little different take as I am in control. I try to address some new things like the vehicles rolling by. I also try to advance and get into the menu system, but we are left a little short. Now, this is kind of weird and wonky. I'm not sure what exactly is going on here, but it appears as though somehow I got stuck on a, what was that? Is that a lobster? Or no, scorpion. Yeah, a scorpion. And yeah, anyways, cars aren't nearly as cool as I thought they might be. And look at this apocalyptic RV here. I definitely wouldn't mind going on a cross-country trip with that. But hey, as a reminder, there are plenty of bricks needed in order to build things. You get these builder pages. We're going to get our first one right now. And you got to smash and grab bricks all around town to go ahead and build those things. So as it turns out, we have enough to build our first one. And yeah, there's a lot of this story that's kind of, like I said, repetitive because we did get to check out the B-roll footage. But we still need 3 of them blue bricks in order to build up a micromanager, which will take on all of those. I guess they're pieces of Craggle or something. There's some sort of super glue that's preventing us from getting inside this giant dome here. And inside the dome, that's right, it's what we need. It's not quite our home, but it's inside the dome. All right, so enough of them. Enough of them goofs. No, I'm just kidding. We're just getting started. We're going to do a butt slam or 3, get all the blue bricks we can find. And we even go around the back. We're trying to collect as many as we can because you know us. Got to get them all. But once we get enough, we'll go ahead and make our way over back to the pad where we can drop our first build and put out our micromanager so that we can go ahead and pew, 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 all that super glue. And here we go. We can step up and all right. So you can see here we've got, yeah. So that's not Unikitty. That's somebody else, right? Like, it's not, I'm confused. I know that there's a show, and I should watch it because I should know all of that stuff, but I don't! So, let's see here. We got to go ahead and, so there's, this whole first level is a lot of training. Now, again, we have seen a lot of this, the straightforwardness, like the boss battle and all of that this ends with, has been presented already on our channel. But I'm doing a little different twist. We're getting a few trophy achievements, and this is actually the beginning of our journey. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit as we go ahead and we use the first build here. It's a lot like LEGO Worlds, and there's so many things that are different that I'm not even sure really where to begin. Like, there doesn't appear to be any mini kits. We have not seen anything on the trophy achievement list that represents any kind of mini kit. However, there's lots of bricks that need to be collected, but they're not the standard gold bricks. They're these spice bricks. That's right. They're the purple ones. You can see up in the top corner, we got that 0 of 12 available right now. And as it turns out, we're going to need to get 12, but we are in a free roam area. So this is where it gets kind of confusing, too, as we go ahead and free Lucy. That's right. It's not quite the same as free Lucy, but free Lucy. So I don't know. It doesn't have the same ring to it, right? Well, we got our second character, which we're going to need here in a second to pop out to impress Batman and get our next builder page. But I just wanted to point out, like, there's so much that's different in this game. And you know, we're going to try to do our best to get you through this, providing as much help as possible. But I guess the goal or the point that I'm trying to make here is that there's not a lot of help needed. There's going to be those occasional bricks that we're going to go ahead and, you know, probably struggle a little bit with. And once we do find those, we will certainly put them up. But as it sits right now, we're still kind of struggling. Is this a game that we should be live streaming to entertain and kind of hang with you guys? Or is this going to be something that needs to be documented? Now, there's maybe going to be a little bit of both. But hey, we're over here. This is what I'm saying. You can only have one character out at a time, but there's like no abilities and everything is different. Now, in this particular moment, we actually have to have a specific character. So there are going to be those moments where you need to have Lucy in order to progress in the story, but the story kind of forces you to find and be Lucy. Now, these characters that I have here that I'm showing you right now, this is part of the pre-order bonus that came with our copy provided by Warner Brothers. These are characters that I am just going to go ahead and show you right now. I don't plan on using any of them until later in the game, if ever, but basically, you know, we're going to try to use all of the characters that come specifically with the core set so that we don't confuse you or require you to have to purchase something extra or anything like that. That's how we always roll, and hopefully you guys appreciate that. All right, Batman's flapping his yapper here, but essentially what he's telling us is we need to get up on top of this giant statue. In order to do that, we need to find some bricks and build a new item, which we're going to get a builder page for in a hot second. And that is going to be found. Well, first we're going to start with the scanner binoculars, I guess. It's one thing at a time, Brian, one thing at a time. So essentially what we're doing here is instead of getting a builder page for this one, we are going to find an item with our scanning binoculars. Now, I see a couple of things that are glowing green, and all of a sudden I get my Lego Worlds on and I start scanning everything in sight, because eventually we're going to need a lot of these things to build and do, I don't know, stuff, I guess. So got a gray drum number 2. I don't know where number 1 is, but we'll find it at some point. Realistically, what you really need to do, though, is go ahead and go to the right side of where Batman is and scan. Well, you can scan the boxes. We got the pink junk boxes. That sounds a little questionable at best, but we'll go ahead and scan that boinger. And here in a second, oh, look at that. See, now it says, now try build it using the builder. Okay, so we scanned it and we unlocked the builder page. So it's kind of weird. It's not always the same, but all right, time to get our build on. Now, if you don't have enough of the pink and red bricks, there should be plenty of items to get your smash on around. Now, we've also found, too, that if you kind of find yourself going back and forth in the areas, like let's say we walk away, we come back to right to this specific spot, that pink box will often be there, as will the bouncer that's kind of destroyed. We can smash and grab the bricks left over from those again, but often there are some pink and black bricks hanging out around the box. You'll see what I'm talking about as you play. And boy, look at that convoy of Mohawk cars in the background there. That was pretty sweet. But yeah, so this game it's almost too easy in a sense that it literally walks you right to the next thing. And I was kind of explaining it as it's more of a story that you're experiencing rather than a game physically playing. Now, that's not true, though, too, because you do have to control. You can make mistakes. I make a mistake here in a second. I get about halfway up this giant statue behind me here, and then I fall and plummet to my doom. And rather than make you guys watch me go all the way through back up again, I actually did a quick edit and remove that. So, woohoo, back to some editing. I know a lot of you guys have been hanging out for the live streams, and there's been a few moments that I wish I could take back just because I'm just, you know, sometimes I struggle. I make a mistake, or the controller does something weird, or, you know, user error kicks in, as I like to say. Anyways. All right, so requirements. Each of the areas, or worlds, as I believe they are calling them, have a certain amount of required bricks in order to move on. Now, a lot of these areas have way more. Now, as it turns out, the Apocalypseburg, where we are right now, has 50 total of those purple bricks. Now, we only need 12 in order to advance and move to the next area. Now, we have not quite yet discovered if it's going to be beneficial to get those 50 total bricks now, or if it's going to be something that requires some builder pages or maybe characters that we collect in other areas. So as soon as we get this figured out, we will let you know. But as it sits right now, we're going to go ahead and grab, we get 12 plus a couple of bonuses, and we'll come back and get the remaining 50 at a later date, which may be in a level or two. We may find that after we get through level 2, we need to come back and complete this to get all of them purple bricks. But we'll have to wait and C. Now, you probably noticed there was a little bit of an edit there. As I mentioned before, I did fall off. I got way up to the top, and I fell off right at the basically at the very top. And rather than go all the way back up there and waste your time again, because I didn't think there was anything specific up there, and the game was telling me to slide down that zip line and come talk to Metalbeard, so that's what I did. I grabbed my purple brick, and now I'm taking a quick peek up there, and you can see it's giving us basically a sneak peek as to what it looks like once you do successfully make it up to the very tippy-toppy. And there is a guy up there with a quest, and we do take that on before we move on. So we're going to do a little adventuring, though. We got to move outside of the city here, and we're going to get to build up one of our favorite things that we found so far in the game, the Ultra Caddy vehicle token. Now, we're going to go ahead and smash a bunch of stuff, too, because, you know, us, again, got to get them all, got to get them all. Basically, I don't ever want to be in a situation where I am in need of a certain color of brick. Now, I can't believe that that's actually going to happen. Oh, here's an example of what I was talking about a minute ago. See, there was the bricks laying on the ground behind the item when we were able to smash the bricks, or pick up the bricks on the ground and smash the item and pick up more bricks. So that works out pretty nicely. Now, I decided I am going to go back up top. So fooled you after all. We're going to go all the way to the tippy-toppy and take a peek and complete this quest that Buddy has for us. But we're also going to get a trophy achievement before going all the way to the top. Turns out there is a chest. Now, when I was making my way up here and I fell, I heard this weird glowing sound, and the wife was sitting next to me kind of checking things out, and she heard it too. We couldn't figure out where exactly it was coming from, but it's right down below me. As it turns out, there's a little ledge and a chest, and we're going to get a trophy achievement called Simply the Chest. Do, do, do. Better than all the chest. Anybody know that one? This one actually happens to ring off that trophy achievement for getting our first, I guess it's a relic, some sort of a relic tube. And you know what? Nobody's figured that one out yet. We figured out the one of the actors in the movie that comment is from, but nobody's actually figured out which movie that is. Now, unfortunately, I gotta drop down here one more time to go ahead and grab this character relic. Now, I was unsure on how to open these, but I do believe you have to go to one of the stores. They're little shops, and I think the shops will allow us to go ahead and crack those bad boys open. So we have not had the tutorial on how to do that yet, so just like our good buddy Paz, we don't know how to do that. Now, I do believe I go all the way to the tippy-toppy now, and it is a long journey. So I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to skip ahead about 2 minutes or so into this video, because it'll get all the way to the top. Now, the flip side of it is that there is quite the journey to get up there, so you might want to hang out and see how it's done. Either way is okay with me. But up we go. There's quite the boss battle at the end here. We do get a trophy achievement called Freeway Fighter. Oh, no! So, yeah, this is what I was talking about. I should have edited this part out, too. But, you know, the struggle is real, and I figured you might want to experience some of it with us. Not really, but to be completely honest, I thought I'd edited all those parts out, and clearly I didn't, and I am pressed for time this morning, as you guys might know. I also have a live stream that's about to go up on our HTG TV channel. And if you don't know about HTG TV, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. We actually have a mature channel where we're uploading all sorts of content that you normally wouldn't see here on HappyThumbsGaming, just due to our family-friendly notions and how we like to keep things nice and fun for all. But HTG TV, if you're into that kind of thing, if you're into like Call of Duty and Apex Legends or The Division or Resident Evils, things like that, definitely check it out. There should be a link from our main channel page if you're having trouble finding it. And of course, if you make any of our live streams, I am pretty good about spamming that link in the chat so everyone knows about that. All right, moving along now. We are almost to the tippy top of this crazy build. Now, that's another thing, too. This Apocalypseburg build, there's a Lego set that you can actually build this makeshift Lego Statue of Liberty amongst the apocalyptic world here. Was that something you guys would like to see us build? I'm not sure. We're still expecting a box from Warner Brothers. We're not 100% sure what is in it. Well, I'm crossing my fingers that maybe we're going to get lucky and get one of these sets or a few of the other Lego movie sets. And if we do, I'm going to make a promise to you. We're going to build a couple of those, if not all of them, up. We kind of dropped the ball on building some of those Lego Ninjago sets for you guys. And when we got that big box from Warner Bros., we're going to try to do that and make it happen with this Lego movie stuff. So Let me know, though. You guys haven't really stressed any interest in the speed builds or anything like that. I know Reese has. Reese loves building sets with me, so I'm all about it. If you guys are, just let me know down below in the comments. And, uh-oh, woo to the whoo. Boy, that looks like it is a little rough on that Lego hand there. Hopefully it doesn't melt down. Oh, look at this. We got ourselves another chest. Sweet deal. We'll go ahead and smash it open and collect what's inside. So definitely a nice combo so far of Lego Worlds and the traditional Lego games, right? I mean, we've got kind of the same fluid movements and overall graphic, I guess I don't want to say abilities, but, you know, feel and look to it. It's very, very much Lego, but it also has that layered look of Lego Worlds. You know, you can see that look, base plates on the ground are a little different. I've really enjoyed it so far. I'm not a whole lot further than what you have seen in this video, or by the end of this video anyways, but it's definitely a lot of fun, and I have enjoyed my journey so far. What do you guys think? Are you guys totally against this new method of combining the two different worlds, you know, Lego Worlds and the standard Lego games? I'm just curious. And I definitely, I've seen the movie, and so far it is right on point with the movie, but it isn't stealing the exact storyline and scene. So this isn't really a spoiler alert or anything like that, but you know, definitely get a feel for the movie without actually spoiling the movie. Now check this out. This is one of those quick time event build attacks. You can kind of charge up a meter of some sort. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to where it was, or maybe it is just when you get a group battle going here, you can engage in one of these build attacks. And if you hit all the buttons right on time, smash goes the bad guys. And look at that. Eat it and weep. Trophy achievement for completing our first build attack. Now, yes, you might see this application suspended. I was having issues with my network here. In a hot second, I actually do pause the game, and I solve the issue, so you shouldn't see that too many more times. But essentially, I was playing on a secondary PlayStation, which is not my primary, and so I didn't have an internet connection to verify my license. Thus, I was getting some connections telling me, or some failed connections telling me that I need to get it connected soon, or it's going to put me on the old super pause mode. All right, you can see here we need to go ahead and smash and build up one of our bouncers. So we'll go ahead and grab some more pink and black bricks, pull out our builder page stuffs, and toggle over to the bouncer and to the ad. Now, hey, let me know too, if you guys do grab the game and you're having troubles kind of figuring out how to navigate through the menus and such, please let me know. Now, the game does an excellent job of walking you through kind of step by step. But if you guys have any questions or you want to see more, maybe you don't have the game yet and you're still confused on how all this stuff works, let me know, and I will do my best to get you guys a video explaining it all. Now, we got some more Craggle on the wall back there, which means that we're going to need the good micromanager with his pew-pew-pews. Now, look at that. Look how many micromanagers I can build right now due to my excessive brick collecting. Now, that's just going to probably get greater and greater and greater. But I'm going to guess, too, that as we get further into the story, that some of the builds that we make, they're going to require a lot of bricks. So be ready for that. Now, these scanner binoculars are pretty sweet. You got to actually go and target that ship off in the distance, which was shown to us in that little tutorial there. Now, we're getting pretty close. You can see there's the highway going around in the circle there. That's where we fight the final boss, that giant Jeffrey the Giraffe. It's not quite Jeffrey the Giraffe, but it definitely looks like something that would be, you know, like a Lego version of the Toys R Us mascot. At least that's how I feel. Ye might be able to get back through the back entrance. Oh, I love that. That's funny. You got to go around the backside. So we'll go ahead and pull out Ultra Caddy. So I apologize here. It shows me right now how to build up Ultra Caddy. It adds the vehicle library to our builder page mode. However, I kind of had a little bit of a brain fart, and I get the build right now, but later I lose Ultra Caddy when I'm out exploring. And then I kind of forgot how to build him again. So I do figure it out by the end of this video, so that's kind of fun. But it does take me a little bit to travel back and forth. Now, I also have a vehicle from the pre-order purchase. Again, shout out to Warner Bros. For hooking us up with a copy of this game and all the fun stuffs that come with it. But look at that. We got to go around the back to the Citadel. That's right. So we got to run all the way around. And you can see we've got that arrow pointing to us. And now we got some bombs dropping from the sky, so we got to move fast. And look at this. Ultra Caddy's pretty sweet. He's got that destroy on contact effect on most things. Again, we still need to kind of double back and get them studs just like always, but it's still pretty nice being able to smash and grab. All right, he also does a pretty good job taking out the bad guys. That's right. Meow, meow. All right, so we're going to go all the way around the back to where the arrow's taking us, and then I see this giant question mark on the way. And of course, me being curious, I wasn't sure. At this point, I still wasn't sure if we were supposed to go explore the world in order to get all 12 of the required bricks, or if they were all going to be right here within the Citadel, or, you know, layer, Apocalypseburg, whatever you want to call it. But it turns out they are all right here, and I go off adventuring right now, and, you know, it probably doesn't do me much good. Now, I do obtain one more of those purple bricks, but it doesn't actually go towards the main 12 to advance the story. It's kind of weird, because in the end, I do have more than 12. I think I finished this level with 14 or 15 of those purple bricks, and I need to remember what those things are called. They're called like space bricks or something. But I'll figure it out one of these days. But yeah, so it's weird. Watch, we'll go ahead. We have to get this guy's telescope, which happens to be up on that main lookout point, way up top there. And see, look, it's even telling us right where it's at. So as much as I love that, it also kind of upsets me a little bit. I'm hoping that later in the game there is a little bit less direction to be followed. Now, I hop off Ultra Caddy right here, and I ditch him, and this is where it kind of goes bad, because from here on out, I am on foot until pretty much the very end of the level. So I'm thinking I got to get up there somehow. There's got to be like a climb wall or some sort of a bounce pad or something, but it turns out, nope, I got to go next door and climb up the knocked down building and then ride the old tight pants tightrope to get across. That's right. Shout out to Tight Pants Joey. I don't know if you guys remember old Joseph or not, but Joey's my neighbor. For a while, when those snug trousers were in, those tight jeans were in, he was one of those guys that followed that suit, and I gave him a bad time about it. So, nickname for life for wearing tight jeans for like 6 months. It's funny how that'll work, right? People don't forget. But yeah, in fact, I just actually talked to him for the first time in a while. It's kind of nice. It's fun catching up with old friends. But, all right, all the way to the top, we got a little bit more tight roping to do to get to the very top of the main building here. So we got, I guess there's a trifecta here. I didn't realize there was actually 3, but there's a knocked over one and 2 tall ones. Go ahead and get that smash on where that scope is, and it's hard to see at first. Mine's over in the back right corner there. We grab it. Oh, yeah. And now we just got to ride, I think it's a zip line down. Try to get my smash on, but there's not a lot to smash up here, even though there's look at that, there's all sorts of, it's like an armory up here. I would hate to try to attack that, and who knows, maybe we will find some sort of attackers later. I don't know, we got lots ahead of us. In fact, I was pretty surprised too, though. Once I completed this first level, I got like 5 of the 51 trophies. We get 51 because there's the platinum. So there's 50 achievements and trophies, but the 51 trophies. And I got 5 of them here. So I got a pretty high percentage just for completing this first level. And I'm not even able to complete the rest of this little open world spot here. We got to go to the back, and we actually need a generator, which we have not unlocked yet. You can see he's telling me, and I know that we're getting that soon because I've already seen the B-roll footage of this level, and I know it's actually part of it, but we don't have it yet, so I got to go back, and this is where it gets a little bit on the slowpoke side, as I couldn't remember how to build Ultra Caddy. So I realize I need the generator. I see that our 3 little, I guess little engines that need vroom-vroomed, and we can't do that quite yet, so we are out of here. Now, keep in mind, we do have an active quest right now. So here in a minute, I get a little confused too as I try to start another quest, and it's like, hey, you want to quit this other quest? I was like, no, I don't. But yes, I do. So it turns out, I tried to go to the characters. That's where my mistake was, right? That's traditionally, vehicles are under the character menu. And as I did not have a tab for vehicles, I was like, okay. And like I said, my wife was sitting right next to me. I'm like, where they at? Where they at? Come on, baby. Help me remember. Help me remember. And as it turns out, you just need to go. I needed to toggle over with R1 until I got to the builder pages. Once I got there, I got to toggle over to inside to go ahead and choose the vehicles. So, and I haven't even seen what my pre-order bonus vehicle is yet either, so we'll have to experience that at some point. Now, people have been asking me a lot if we are going to live stream this. Our formula lately for the LEGO games is generally we don't do a lot of live streaming with them. However, once it's time to do the final character purchase and unlocking, usually that's when we hang out and do the live streaming. I don't know if it's going to be that way for this one. Most of the trophies kind of indicate that as you play through the game, you're going to find new characters. And as you get those characters, you're going to get trophies for them or achievements, depending on your platform. And I'm not sure if there's going to be a spot where you have to buy or purchase them. I know that the game is relatively short. A lot of people have already beat it in the 2 to 3 days of early access that they got it. And some of those people go pretty hard on the games and, are pretty quick and efficient. Some people are, regular speed peoples. And anyway, see, look, I should have talked to Buddy here, got the generator. Then I could have handled that biz out across the desert there, but I messed that up. So we will come back for those generators, those vroom vrooms that need to be pumped up. And this guy, though, we're going to go ahead and get this guy all nice and vroomed. I don't know if that's the best word for it. Those motors back there, they just look like big V8s with all that chrome piping and everything. And I just, vroom, vroom came to mind. So I'll move on. All right, we got another one of those space bricks. And we will keep on keeping on over to that next point of interest. But first, we're going to go ahead and do a little more exploring. We've got, I noticed on the compass up in the top right corner, you can see that there is another one of those purple bricks just hanging out inside here. Oh no, it's the final message we get before it shuts us down. No worries though, like I said, I go ahead and I fix that here. As soon as I get this brick, I go across the street, and I go into the pause menu, and hopefully my edit will represent very little time wasted, and we will move on. Oh, and look at that. There it was. There was just a little bit of a glitch there, and we are ready to keep on keeping on. I thought about switching back to Emmett, but Lucy's done pretty good for us. And I do believe, well, see, the female Lego characters often have the double jump, where the male characters usually don't unless they're an elf. There may be another exception in there somewhere that I'm forgetting about, but anyway, so I'm looking for I'm trying to find my vehicles. I still can't find them. I should have edited all this out too. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Now, would you guys like to see some custom characters created too? There is a pretty robust character creator. However, I know that a lot of the stuff that will be fun will come later once we unlock and scan them from finding them throughout the world. So look at this. Batman is such a joker. Kind of funny stuff, huh? Looking at our overall brickage, though, we are sitting at 9 of 12. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't count to see if that brick out in the field. Remember we were out across the in the desert there? I feel like maybe that one did count. However, we get another one here in a minute. But I'm like 99% sure it did not count for me. Oh, don't forget them bricks. Got to get them all. Got to get them all. All right, we got another motor that needs to be pumped up over on the far left side. So we're going to need to build ourselves a bouncer to get up there. And then we're going to need to drop another generator to pump it up. I've enjoyed this so far. Like this whole build thing, I was a little skeptical watching the B-roll footage. When I first heard about it too, I was really kind of like, what? But now that I'm actually playing it, it's definitely a lot of fun. And, again, I'm just barely getting started too. So we'll have to wait and see if... the newness wears off. But so far, it's been a blast. And I hope you guys are enjoying this journey, because it's just beginning. I do believe there are quite a few worlds that we're going to take on. And we'll probably do one world per video, unless they deem to be, like, really small. And if they're really small, then we'll probably cram a few together. But the goal is to go ahead and play through each of the worlds, getting the requirement to unlock the next one. We're kind of calling that the story mode. And then we'll come back. I don't really think that there is what we would normally call a free play. So I do believe it'll go something kind of like, story mode right into free roam. And then the free roams will be kind of getting all of the remaining bricks. Like I said, we need 12 of the purple bricks to advance to the next world. However, there are 50 bricks in this world. So we'll do the 12, move on to the next. We'll complete all of the required levels like that. And then we'll probably return back and get all of the remaining bricks and do the cleanup, so to speak. Now, if we find out that there is something needed in between, or maybe that method isn't right, we will go ahead and announce that, and we will put it out. We got a guide in the works, too. It's not, obviously, a day one guide, but be looking for that on our website, HappyThumbsGaming.com, pretty soon. Unfortunately, we didn't get the early access that we were really hoping for, so we didn't get quite the head start like we sometimes do. But that's okay, though. We ain't mad at nobody or nothing. We're going to go ahead and keep on keeping on and get this done as quickly as possible for you guys. Now, the Thumper's pretty cool. I'm a little confused on why the Thumper does the dig spots, right? Like, why does it... I mean, I get it. It's knocking the blocks off, quite literally. But I feel like that's a weird, that's a weird one. It's cool, but it's weird. I don't quite understand it. Doesn't make sense. Look at that. And there's, I like the bat wing up there just kind of hanging out. They got all this hodgepodge stuff mixed together, or hoodied together, as my good friend of mine would say. I got some friends that make up some words. I'm not the only one that has the Brianisms. I know you guys appreciate most of the Brianisms. Oh, so that right there actually gives us 12 of 12 bricks required to get to the next area. So in a minute, you'll see there's kind of like this little spot where we have to deposit these bricks. It's almost like a, you know, like an arcade machine where you got to put quarters in, insert coin, but it's not quite like that. You got to put the 12 bricks in to move on. And I don't know if 12 is the magic number or what, but we know that 12 is for this level. I'm pretty sure 12 is the next level too. Beyond that, it's unknown. That's right. We definitely seen the next level too, because that's the Sistar system, and it's got you know, it's all green and very Lego worlds. You guys have seen it in the B-roll footage. So hopefully the, you know, I mean, maybe 12 is the magic number, maybe not. I guess it doesn't really matter, but some consistency is always nice, knowing what we're up against. All right. We are finally up top, and here we go. We've got to put out some fires. So now we're going to get a sprinkler. So let's see here. Go ahead and, I guess, build the sprinkler to put out the flames. Nice. Now, help me out, guys. Is that's not Unikitty, right? Or is Unikitty get like a paint job? She go to Mako. Better get Mako. I mean, what's going on there? I like I said, I don't watch the show. I know there's a show and there's a whole bunch of different, you know, friends of Unikitty that are different colors and such. One even looks like Sonic the Hedgehog, but is like straight up a cat. Color scheme anyways. But anyway, we'll go ahead and drop this here. We'll put the sprinkler, put out the fire. So very different. Normally you'd have to have a character like Aquaman or Krusty the Clown or somebody like that that has the water ability to douse it out. Superman was one of my favorites because he had that freeze breath. Plus he was invincible, so he could walk through all that. Once the sprinkler has officially put out the fires, we get this crazy spiked cannon, and we're going to go ahead and hop on and do some dirty work as we got to take out the 4, I guess they're shield providers. Once we get those shield providers did, we'll go ahead and attack the main person there. And that's actually we're getting pretty close to that final boss battle. We're actually getting pretty close. Now, you might remember too, the B-roll footage was about 32 minutes. You can see we're already crossing that mark right now, and there's still plenty to be done. So I told you it was going to be different.
Of course, Batman was his usual modest self. But his victory was short-lived. Not quite the man of bats he thought he was. Just then, we were confronted by this mysterious space traveler known as General Mayhem. She demanded to see our greatest leaders. She was here on official business representing Queen Watevra Wanabi, the ruler of the Sistar system, and not someone you want to mess with, especially considering how unpredictable she can be. The Queen wanted to gather the greatest leaders and dignitaries from across all the known galaxies. She wanted them to attend some kind of ceremony that she was organizing. What was she up to? What evil plan was this? Well, we did not want to find out. So now, forced to face off with our newly arrived adversary, we had no choice but to stand our ground. Emmett felt ashamed that he wasn't able to save his friends. There was a harsh reality in his world that he had trouble accepting. After watching helplessly as they hurtled off into galaxies unknown, we both knew that we would make it our mission to get them back.
All right, so we officially have the sticker gun. Yay! Wait, what is does this thing do? I'm still not 100% sure on the functionality of this guy. However, I do know that there is a trophy achievement related to shooting 50 of the stickers. Now, it is probably quite possible that you could stand here and blast 50 stickers to the wall and get that. We didn't want to waste your time. However, we got 1 sticker, 2 sticker, 3 sticker, 4 sticker, 5 sticker. Wait, 4 stickers still. I'm trying to aim. There's really no way to target where you're aiming these stickers. So I was able to put, looks like 4 stickers out. So I got 3 on the wall, and I hit Buddy with 1, and if you notice, right when I hit him, his chest had a sticker on him, but because he got off to the side, apparently it went away, which is kind of a bummer deal, because I felt like I improved his wardrobe there. All right, so we have got yet another brick. You can see we got 12 of 12 yet still. So once I hit the old pause button and check out the menu, it does tell me that I have more than just the 12 bricks. So don't worry, it's not like we're collecting those for nothing, but we will come back and get a majority of those later. So we're off to see the wizard. No, I'm just kidding. We're actually heading out to go talk to a buddy about this giant boss. And look at that, I actually found what I needed to do. So I was pretty proud of myself at this point, because I was like, hey baby, look at this, I know how to build Ultra Caddy. She was falling asleep at this point. It was definitely kind of late in the evening when I started playing this. And anyway, so I should have edited all this and had it ready for you this morning, but I didn't want to stay up super late, so my bad. Anyways, get up all the way to the top, collect some of these bricks hanging out. You can see there are some that need to be smashed and some that are just ready to be grabbed. Regardless of what you do and don't grab, go ahead and talk to Buddy here, and it should cue this little cutscene and take us to the giant Jeffrey the Giraffe boss battle. And it goes really well until the 3rd round of the rule of 3, and then I can have a brain fart. Luckily for editing, though, we go ahead and remove about 6 minutes worth of running around. So you might notice a jump in collectibles, or collection of my collectibles. Anyways, here we go. Up and away. All right, it's the final battle, at least for Apocalypseburg. So this is actually relatively simple in the process of what needs to be done here. As I mentioned, it is the rule of 3, and there happens to be a couple of these fountains kind of on the fritz as you make your way around this highway ground. And once we get to the first one, we notice that we need to put out the fire. So we'll drop one of our trusty sprinklers right on the pad there. Simply pull up your builder page by toggling over with L1 or R1 or RB, LB. And then once you hit that, hit the circle or X button, I believe it would be. No, B button. And then pull up the sprinkler by toggling over L1, R1, RB, whatever it is. And then look at this. Once we put out the fire, the giant, I guess that's is that a giraffe? I think that's what that is. It gets zapped. Once it's down for the count, go ahead and collect some bricks. Got to get them all. And then jump up and grab that handheld and make your way up that long neck. Now, once you get up there, it doesn't matter which way you go. You can go right or left, as there are pretty much the same path to get up to the top. But our goal here is got to get all the way to the very top and drop in, and then we get to play a quick little game of whack-a-mole. Yeah, that's right. I said whack-a-mole. It goes pretty well for the first round. Second round, not so much. And then 3rd round, like I said, 3rd round was kind of a doozy. That was my fault, though. I even watching the B-roll footage, I forgot how to complete the 3rd section. Now, as it turns out, there are a couple of those fountains, as I mentioned. Well, there are only 2 fountains that you can do damage on, so you have to create your 3rd one. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. But inside here, all you have to do is take a little bit of time to do some dancing. That's right, dancing, dancing, dancing. Give the old mole that pops up the old cha-cha-cha-cha, and break his face off, and he'll drop down. And each time it does it, it sends a shock up to that giant flower, and you can see 2 of the petals have already been changed colors. Here goes another one, 3rd. And this is weird, though. It goes the rule of 4 in here. Eventually, we take out all of those. So each time you do this, you take out 4 petals, thus meaning, I guess, 16 total petals? No, 12 petals. My bad. I can't math. Woo to the hoo! We get tossed out, and back to the ground we go. And all we have to do is make our way to the next fountain, avoiding these ground pounds or face slams. Look at that. I'm doing a terrible job of jumping over that, that surge that comes piling behind me, the tremor, if you will. But I make it all the way to the next one, and we drop down, and this time we need to throw a generator on there right away. There's no fire to put out, so we'll go ahead and just activate it. Oh, sprinkler. Did I really need a sprinkler? I don't think I needed a sprinkler. Maybe I did need a sprinkler. Oh, I did! Psych! See, look at that. I needed to fill up the fountain. That's my bad. Now, does he just go for it? No, I gotta smash it down and put the generator there. All right, so there we go. I was wrong. Like I told you, it was late when I played this last night. I'm sorry. I'll get better as we go, I promise. I promise. It's all so new. All right, so we got that. It's all electrocuted, and here he goes. Oh, it's so cute. Electrocuted. Go ahead, and there we go. Go ahead and jump up onto that handheld one more time. Make your way up his long neck. I actually go the other way because I wanted to see if the path was the same, and it turns out it is. And I do believe I struggle a little bit on this one. I can't remember if it's this one or the next one. One of them I like fall off and plummet to my doom. I literally explode into a bunch of bricks. It's kind of funny. You can go too fast. There is such a thing as too much confidence here. But luckily for me, there's not a whole lot of downtime if you fall. I think this is where I fall right here. Ah! We lost a handful of studs, but I do not think that there is any kind of a stud requirement in this area. So that's nice. However, we do need to work towards that 1 billion studs. That is pretty insane to think about. Hopefully there's going to be some sort of stud multiplier or maybe a stud fountain or something a little bit different. Now, before in LEGO Worlds, it was really difficult, and we found kind of an exploit, a method that worked, and it definitely took a lot of people a lot of time, including us, to get it. Now, like I already mentioned, there are people that have completed this 100% already, so that should not be a major task or problem for us or you guys for that matter. So billionaire should come pretty easy. I'm just not exactly sure what the trick is just yet. As I mentioned, we do have a guide in progress. Tyler P is working inventory all week this week, so time is very minuscule for him. So we're going to try to double team it and get it out to you as soon as possible. So I'm actually providing videos and writing some guide stuff along the way, where normally Tyler plows through the game, gets me all the info, and I just follow his lead. So it's a little different this time. Bear with us as we get through it. And, all right, so 2 down. Here comes the third one. Now, this is where I got a wee bit lost and ran around for quite some time. So you should see an edit here. Oh, there it was. So what you got to do is the giant giraffe swoops around with his neck down, and he reveals these puddles on the ground. Once you do that or see that, you have to throw a generator down and wait for him to swoop around and get shocked one more time. Once he does that, you're actually going to need to build yourself a bounce pad to leap up and grab that hangy bar up there. That's right, the handheld. And we'll go ahead and make our way up that neck one more time. The final time, which then we could go ahead and do our victory butt slam up there and move on. Look at that. Look how many of these bounce pads we can build. We have so many of those pink and black bricks. It is kind of ridiculous. All right, we're up. We are out of here and keep on keeping on all the way up and around. Remember, you got to ground pound those moles inside once you get to the top. Watch that next step. It's a doozy. All right, I got a little experience here this time. I don't think I fall. I'm pretty sure I don't. All right, here we go. We're up, up, and away, and down we go. All right, let's do this. Go for the purple. You got to stay away from the blue. Go for the purple. We got 4 more of them petals to remove. 3 more. All right, and 2 more. That's right. Cha, 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 cha. Oh, come on. I had a little bit of gravity going against me there. I couldn't get over there in time. And you'd think that, oh, look at this. It's totally hosing me back and forth. I'm getting a cheap shot in every time, but I think this is the one. Yep, yep, yep. All right, one last one we got to take out. I think I got a couple of shots already. Yep, all I needed was that final smack to the face. the boss is officially beat. Now we just gotta make our way up to the brick collector, where we're gonna go ahead and deposit all 12 of our spice bricks. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the next level or area. So check it out. We got the Freeway Fighter Trophy achievement for completing the area boss. Now we got to just follow that yellow brick road here. We got that 33 space, whatever it is, jumps. I don't know, is it meters, feet, bricks? I don't know what the measurement is here, but it's got this nice little path right here. It's like the opposite of follow the yellow brick road, right? Like we got yellow brick all around us. But make our way up. Ooh, another chest. Don't forget to grab this chest. Got to get them all. Looks like we'll get ourselves a relic. Oh, sticker. What's sticker gun? Oh, I pulled out the sticker gun. My bad. Sometimes, too, I've been finding that not only in the B-roll footage that we watch, but my experience with the game, definitely you have to kind of run through those relics sometimes more than once. It's kind of weird. But we'll go ahead and put those masterpieces in there. So that's what they are. They're not space bricks. They're masterpiece. Well, that's kind of fun to say, right? It's like a masterpiece. All right, deposit them all in. That's right. Plop, 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 plop. Once they're all in there, it should open up the portal. But before we jump into it, that's when we jump into our menu system and check out what we've got. Now, I mentioned that we do have a couple more of those masterpiece bricks, those purple ones, more than what was required for the area. However, there are 50 total in this area, so we got a couple of extras that we should not have got, but we'll be back to get those. So we got 14 of the 50 total. Now let's look. These are the portals. Now, very reminiscent of Lego Dimensions. A little different, though. Takes us away like Calgon back in the day. Sorry, some of you old folks might remember that. All right, so we can target, and it actually takes us to the next point of interest on our map. That's kind of cool, right? I was wondering if that was going to be the case. So we don't physically get a big open map, but we do get a kind of mini map that does have what appears to be a GPS waypoint tracking system. Now, you can see here we are in the Sistar system. It is part with the Apocalypseburg city or level, I guess you call it. And we're going to find that we have a handful more systems as well as planets or levels. Again, I'm not quite sure what we should call them yet. We'll have to figure it out together. But there are lots of them bricks around, and you can only get the map so small, but it does get pretty wide angled so you can see a majority of it. Now you can see here there are 475 masterpieces to collect throughout the universe. Explore every planet to find them all. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets of the Sistar system. And it does tell us how many bricks are in there once you unlock it. So we've got 50 in the first one and 40 in the next one. We also have a couple of other systems, though. We also have the Galactic Outskirts, which you can find by pressing down on the directional pad. Or maybe analog stick might work too. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and get to it. Come on, Brian. There we go. We'll check it out. It actually tells us check back soon for extra free downloadable worlds to explore. So that looks like there might be some continuation or maybe just the DLC that comes with the game. Now we can also go up to the Rexplorer system, continue playing the game to unlock extra planets and even more adventures. So I don't know if those are going to be like challenges or bonus planets or whatnots, but guess what? That is officially it. We're going to go ahead and leave it right here. We will jump back in on the next one, but let us know down below what you thought. Don't forget to smash that like button if you liked what you saw. Of course, we are on social media. If you're into that kind of thing, check us out. And I don't want to forget, product provided by Warner Bros. That's right. We got hooked up with a nice copy of this game. Thank you so much, Warner Brothers. And let's see here. We got some giveaways and other things coming soon. Check us out. As always, until next time, see ya!